What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Cardboard Drafthouse. My name's Ryan.
This is Dante.
And today we've got a little bit of a controversial video.
Yep.
These are 7 games that disappointed us.
Yeah, we're very excited to play them. We backed them. We bought them. We can't wait to play this. And then we played them, and then we went, oh.
And then we went, anybody want to buy this?
And then straight to the marketplace.
Let's just jump right in. What's our first game that we're talking about, Ed?
Our first game is Dinosaur World. We both really love Dinosaur Island. We both own it. And we were very excited when they announced the sequel, Dinosaur World. So we both backed it, and we're very excited about it.
Yeah, the art looked really cool in that. It's like very bright, colorful stuff going on. They brought in these, new tiles where you're kind of making this hex grid of various attractions, either dinosaurs or rides. And you have your little Jeep meeple and your Jeep, I think they called it a Jeeple.
A Jeeple, yep.
You have your Jeep that kind of traversed through your park, and wherever it landed on, you would trigger those, the hexes
Your
that you land on.
excitement, yeah.
Right. And it just was fiddly. Anytime I would run the Jeep through, you had to put these little dice or chits or something on the spaces that you went to, because they started to sort of lose excitement, meaning that, people that had been to your park before were getting bored of that attraction. And so you're kind of building it's like sort of your engine, but then your engine just gets worse as you do it.
Yeah.
And so then you need to keep pivoting your engine.
Yeah, so you're building your park, and then you're making a road, and people are just going to get excited the first time. But every time you go to the road, it just gets less and less exciting. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it had these little tiny cardboard pieces to signify the starting excitement, and then you had to change them to lower them. So you got less and less points every time you went through that tile. Then
halfway through the game, your visitor center would kind of flop out into the middle of your park. And so that way, I get thematically, it's like you've been building from your
starting hub. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As your stuff gets further away, you can't get your Jeep out that far. So then you need your Jeep to start a little bit further, but it still was just kind of all right, why not be able to just build? Why wasn't it in the middle to begin with? And then you could just build anywhere you wanted. That way you could kind of snake your Jeep into different directions instead of only going one way or something. I don't know.
Yeah. This game also took up a lot of room because the tiles were this big. So just right away, everything was just taking up a lot of room. And then you had the super tiny pieces. And it also has some errors on the graphic design. So when we played it showed a certain color, but then it asked for a certain different color. So when we played it, we're like, wait, that's not right. And then we were just fumbling with it.
Yeah. And it was one of those games, too, that they made the base game, but then instantly came out with 3 expansions as well.
Yep.
And so, when you're getting something like that and you're backing it, we went for it. We got all the expansion, and it was just dude, this is just too much. All in one go. What were we thinking here?
Yeah. So the game, Dino Island's all about making the dinosaurs. This game just was about building your park, which didn't feel the same. It just... we played it and we were like, oh, great, cool.
I think we played it a couple times. We gave it a second chance too, even, and we were just nah.
Yeah, it's just not for us.
That is one big pile of
Our second game is actually something Dante hasn't played. I got this one. It's called Agamonia. I had been seeing a lot of hype for Agamonia. It's a big box sort of campaign style game, sort of like Gloomhaven. Some people, were even reviewing it saying it's a Gloomhaven killer and it's better than Gloomhaven, or at least on par with it. And I tried playing it solo. And then I tried to get a group of friends, me, Keck, and Tim, tried to play it, and we played about 6 or 7 of the scenarios, and then we just sort of went this ain't it. This ain't it. The world is very cool. Art is great. It's very colorful, and the characters are all very uniquely designed, that's all what drew me to this game.
Is that the court jester?
But the actual gameplay was just kind of bad. At the start of a round, everybody has their little peg, and you pick what action you want to do at the start of a round. Then we flip over the enemy card, And based on what we pick, that sort of determines our initiative. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go first, then the enemy, then you, and then Tim is going to go. Well, halfway through, maybe Tim had decided he was going to try to attack a guy, but that guy activated first, so then that guy ends up running away. Now Tim can't even reach that guy, so he has, picked the combat, and he goes, well, I can't do anything on my turn now. And I don't know, it just didn't really work. The other thing that wasn't great is each character was, designed to be kind of unique and different, but all the abilities that you would end up picking were kind of just the same thing. It's like, oh, I have a 2 damage melee hit, or I have a 3 damage melee hit that I have to spend extra stamina for, or I have a magic hit that deals 2 that's a range of 1, or a magic hit that's 3, deals 3 and at a range of 2, but you have to spend more stamina. They were all kind of just really just the same abilities across all of our characters, so none of us really felt very unique in the end.
No, I'm not Landfill. I'm Landfill's twin brother, Gil.
So it was just kind of a bummer to me. I really loved Gloomhaven. Again, that's probably one of our most played games ever. We played it for a year or over a year, once a week, and Agamonia just could not live up to that for me, for sure. So that was my choice, Agamonia.
All right, so on my number 3, this is more of my game, is Raiders of Scythia. So I really, really like Raiders of the North Sea. And Raiders of Scythia is kind of like a redone of it. They changed the art, they took kind of all the good stuff from Raiders of the North, some of it, and then put it in this new shell. And then me and Ryan played it, but it just did not feel right. Or it just felt the same.
When we sat down to make this video and we were writing all the games that we wanted to talk about, I had to be like, wait, did I play this one with you? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, wow, it must have been so forgettable that I literally don't even remember playing it.
I have no memory of this place.
Yeah, so Raiders of Scythia is a place a worker, take a worker back. And then you place a worker, get something, and you take a different one, and you get more stuff. And eventually you're trying to upgrade the workers you get, and get more resources, you can go to better places. And then you do attacks, you roll some dice, you build up your crew, and you score points. And it just never felt the same as Raiders of the North. Raiders of the North, just with all the expansions, just so much fun. The components are also a lot different, and this one just has this like hexagons, and they're all everything just feels the same and boring. The art also I thought was kind of boring. And I was just very disappointed because, again, I like Raiders of the North, and I kind of wanted something that just came in one box and I have to get all the other stuff. And it just did not feel the same. And I was very sad about it and very disappointed about it. I'm like, oh, I really want to play this game. And it was like, that was not fun.
So that was Raiders of Scythia. I wish I had stuff to add, but like I said, I barely even remember playing it. Obviously, it wasn't a hit with me, and I didn't want to replay it. So
no.
What's our number 4, dude?
Number 4, it's another game that we also backed and we're very excited for. It's Merchants of the Dark Road.
This one hurt, dude, because we both backed this game when it was on Kickstarter, and they put every backer's name on the inside cover of the box lid. And we got the game, we opened it up, we both found our names inside the box lid, and we both have since sold the game.
Yeah.
Whoa. I think I just figured something out, Beavis. What? This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
But yeah, this one was sort of forgettable for me too. We played it, and it just like felt fiddly, and...
it had a lot of iconography. Like the back of the rulebook is just like rows and rows of iconography, and some of it you have to put it yourself together. So we're like, oh, there's this and this. So you're like, I think this means this. And then we always had to look at the rulebook multiple times because there was another icon that we never seen before.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it would have been smoother after you like played it a bunch and got to know it, but we just didn't want to dig in and get to that point with it because it wasn't even that fun the first time that we played it. I just remember, you're kind of going around like a rondelle, activating these different spots, and it kind of felt like disjointed. Like this spot kind of did this thing over here, but then this spot does a different thing over there, and they don't really like work together super well. And I don't know.
Yeah, so the whole game is a pick up and deliver game. And yeah, you go around this little rondel picking up things and getting people and getting spells, and then you go on a quest, and there's another side of the board, and that's where you go deliver people and items and stuff. And yeah, it just felt disjointed. Also, the board was really big for what the game actually was. Mm-hmm. The rondel was like half the board, but in reality, it was just 5 spots.
Yeah, the two coolest things were the components that came with it. Those were very deluxe and looked very cool. And then I liked the concept of you having your little caravan cart, and then you're getting items and like, kind of Jengaing them into the cart and like shifting things around. But again, that felt like a little mini game that was sort of just tacked in. Like, let's make it more fun by having like where you put stuff in the cart. You could have just been putting stuff on a player board and calling it a day, probably, but I don't know. Yeah,
I did not like the going on a quest mechanic, because it's like, oh, I want a quest, and then you have to like ask her, do you want to come in my quest?
Come, let us gingerly touch our tips.
It's player interaction, but it just didn't work well. And then if you started the quest, for some reason you were like the last player, you had like a negative thing, like that other people will go before you.
Yeah, I like, again, we played that so long ago, I barely remember that, but I do remember the whole quest side and like the delivering just being like fumbly, and I was like, why is it like this? Well, that was our number 4, Merchants of the Dark Road. These aren't really in any specific order. We just have them written down so to keep track of where we're at, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, moving on to the 5th game on the list. This is another game that Dante has not played yet. I do own it. It's called My Father's Work. This game looks so amazing.
Yes.
And the theme is amazing. You're kind of like a spooky family, sort of like Addams Family style, living in a manor, and it plays over 3 generations, and you're continuing your father's grand work, which could be a bunch of different things. There's like time travel or creating a monster or, I don't know, opening a portal to hell. I don't think that's one of them, but...
Oh, hey pal, welcome.
Who knows? And yeah, it's a worker placement game where the board is like a book of maps. And the big thing is it's a narrative game. You need to have an iPad to play it, or an iPhone, whatever. And in between each era, you kind of read these story bits and you interact with it as well. People can like vote on things or choose to do things or not do things. And that will change how the map is for the next era. Like, that's such a great idea, on paper. I remember in our game specifically, there was something about, do we want to fund the hospital? And people could secretly donate, coins. And if we donated enough, then the hospital would be saved. And if it wasn't, we move to the next era and we go to the next page of the book, and the hospital is no longer a worker placement spot. It's like ruins. It's just been bulldozed. And so it's like, oh, dang, we literally just changed the whole landscape of the board, which was really cool. Where this game falls incredibly short for me was the story bits in between each era. They are super long. I am trying to remember, it took at least like 15 to 20 minutes, I feel like, to read the whole story entry. And that just made the game so long. It was like a 3-hour plus play, which I don't mind a long play sometimes, but when an hour of it was literally just reading story entries, I was kind of like, dude, what are we doing?
Let me out of here. Get me the hell out of here.
And I feel like this game would be so great if they just distilled those story entries down to being, 5 minutes or less, and they were fully narrated to you. This game could potentially be like in one of my, top favorite, top 20 games or something, because the theme is so good. The components are amazing. But just, the story entries just killed it for me. So,
yeah. I remember hearing that this game, from what other videos I saw, that everything looks amazing. But yeah, it's just the fact that everything takes too long and it just breaks up the gameplay when you're doing the game. And then you have to take this 15-minute break with your story and then just go back to playing. That sounds like not fun.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was my father's work. Moving on to
Gutenberg. And Ryan was very excited about this game.
Yeah, the theme of Gutenberg looked awesome to me. Some people are probably like, that looks so boring, bro. Why would you be stoked on that?
Boring.
It's board pressing, letter pressing.
It's like, yeah, letterpress, WordPress, when it was first invented. So like the components looked great. You got little actual wooden letters, cubes with the letters like etched into it and whatnot. That just looks so awesome to me. The game is you have a hidden board and you get to like bid on what spaces you want to go out to onto the board. And then it's sort of an open drafting situation from there. You're either drafting letters or ink colors, or you're drafting the actual books that need to get printed. Right. And eventually I felt like you just get enough letters, you kind of build up some inks, and then none of the spaces really mattered anymore.
No, you're just trying to complete orders to get points.
Mm-hmm. So it got kind of boring for me. Like the whole trying to decide where I need to go. I'm like, I'm fine to go anywhere. I don't care what I get at this point. Like I'm good with anything. So I'll just make everything even and just call it a day.
Yeah. Then the wheel system was a little fiddly, and we always ran into problems like, oh, spin the wheel. Oh, that didn't work like the way I thought it was going to work.
Yeah, on your player board, you have like 3 different gears, and you can buy these gears and slot them in. And whenever they like turn and they're facing a certain way, you get a bonus. But sometimes, yeah, you would screw it up and be like, dang, dude, I thought that was going to hit this next turn and it didn't. We found some of them were a little bit overpowered and some were underpowered. So, if you knew which ones to take, you could just have a leg up on your opponents really quick in Gutenberg. So
yeah, Joel destroyed us in that game. I remember.
Yep.
Now we had to come straight down with the ink balls to get the ink just on the tops of those letters. If we went like that, it'd smear off onto the edges, wouldn't fill the letters in.
So yeah, that was Gutenberg. That was a big bummer for me.
Yeah.
I thought it looked so cool.
It looks cool, but yeah, disappointed.
Mm-hmm. We got one more game on the list, dude. This was a U game.
Yeah, this is Endless Winter. Yeah, this is a worker placement game where it has a bunch of like little games you can do. Set collection, get some animals, or do some area control, place down your villages, or just get cards so you can build up your deck, because this is like a deck building game. And then, or just go up tracks, because the tracks are worth points at the end of the game. And there's all the one more, those built like little stones. So
that's what I remember most about it. I played it one time with Dante. Again, it didn't make a big impression on me because I kind of forgot a lot of those extra little things. But the one thing I do remember is there was sort of like an area where you could place these, they were nice pieces, like little kind of clay tablet stone things with like etchings on them. And you would place them out and like try to cover certain things to get certain bonuses. But yeah, the components all looked really cool. The theme seemed neat as well, sort of, caveman-y type. It's endless winter. It was like winter time and you're trying to survive as a early human being or whatnot.
What are you simpletons doing?
Yeah, my biggest issue with the game was that when you got to the last round, you can just do anything. And it's like, oh, I worked on these things and they didn't. And then you might get to the last round and that person's like, oh, I can just do that and just in one round, just go up the track all the way to the top. There was something where like you mostly just wanted to buy cards, because when you got to the end of a round, you would play cards and just do everything the cards did. And that's what determined the play order also. So you were just doing, if you just bought a bunch of cards at the end of the round, you were just doing so many things, and then you would do everything. You just collect cards, place down villages. So you were doing everything, and you don't have to really have to focus on anything. So that was just very disappointing to me.
That's kind of how Gutenberg felt a little bit, in that like towards the end of the game, it didn't even matter what space you went to. You're like, I'll just do any of the things. It doesn't matter at this point.
Get to the end of the round and just play all your cards that let you do everything. And it just felt really lame. We're like, oh, I've been working on this track, and then this other player at their last round is like, oh, I got all my cards, so I'm at the top of.
I'm gonna pass you now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass you now at the number because it's like that feels so dumb.
Yeah.
And they say there's like ways you can do to play it, so maybe that doesn't happen. But at that point, it's like
we're tweaking the rules.
Yeah, you're tweaking the rules to try to make a game that should not need tweaking.
Right.
And that's not fun.
Yeah, for sure. So that was our list of our biggest disappointments that we've had. Episode 1, dude. Wait for episode 2.
Yeah, eventually we'll get some more. We had some more, but we want to just ramble on with a bunch of games.
We didn't want to unload too much hate in one video, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let us know down in the comments, what game did you buy? You were super excited for, and it just fell flat, and you didn't actually enjoy it. Maybe even got rid of it.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Tell us why some of these games are actually good and why we're wrong.
Yeah.
Let us know why our opinion is wrong.
Roast us.
Yeah, roast us.
Well, thanks for checking this video out. I know it's not, the uplifting video talking about how much we like games, but it had to be said.
I mean, sometimes you want to talk about what you don't like about games.
It's true. It needs to be said.
You got to vent a little bit. Just get it out there. Well, as always, remember to comment, like, and subscribe. It really means a lot when you guys do all that stuff for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as always, remember to drink and play responsibly. And we'll see you at the next one.
Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.